in a very old Greek city, located at the plain of Laconia. On the dry land and as red of the blood of its past, athletes from around the world gathered this weekend to put their names in history.
I've had UFC fighters, I've had military folks out on our courses, and they say, Joe, this is the hardest thing I've ever done because it's so unforgiving. For the longest time, my message to the world was, I don't need that supplementation. I can get away without it. At least 50% of Americans, probably the world, are deficient in magnesium. Our soils are not the same as they used to be. I'm not getting the nutrients I need. If you're going to supplement with anything, get some magnesium. Qualia, magnesium, love it. High quality product. There's 9 different forms of magnesium in this pill, and it is very bioavailable. And I probably would not be sitting here having this conversation if I didn't feel what I feel taking the pill.
I made this my goal this whole year, to come here and do it in where the birthplace of the Spartans were.
The feeling, the energy of the ancient warriors.
I've been dreaming about being here in Greece since I was a little boy. This is a dream come true for me.
Be here actually in Sparta, watching the movie is one thing, but to be here, this is really my 300.
Unreal. It's an unreal feeling to race here where 1,000 years ago the Spartans lived.
Each year, Spartan brings together thousands of new style warriors through hundreds of events in 45 countries. Spartan is a discipline that combines running and obstacles in natural and wild settings. It is in Sparta, antique land of Spartans, that the athletes meet for the 3rd editions of the Trifecta World Championships, a race that takes place over the weekend and that includes 3 different events in 2 days, the Trifecta. Here in Sparta, the race takes place from the river Evrodas to the top of mountains, including amazing settings, ancient Sparta ruins, antique tombs of Menelaus and Leonidas statue. The sprint is a 6 kilometers race with 22 obstacles. The super, 14 kilometers with 28 obstacles. The beast, 23 kilometers with 35 obstacles. The obstacles are rude, tough, including mud, water crossing, climbing, crawling, balance obstacles, and all over that, a huge sense of strategy for the most competitive ones. These 3 different formats offer to everyone the opportunity to surpass themselves in the field. The Trifecta exists for those who want even more.
It puts me out of my comfort zone. It takes me places I've never been.
I love the feeling when you're almost crying when you cross the finish line.
You want to find the next limit, and well, for me the Trifecta is the next limit.
Here are the top athletes, the most competitive ones, who begin the first race of the weekend and fight for the World Trifecta Champion title. Peter Siska from Slovakia is taking the lead of the 2nd kilometer. Behind, Robert Killian is pushing hard to close the gap. Robert Killian, the new world champion in Tahoe 3 weeks ago, is taking control of the race. In Tahoe, he has crushed all his opponents, but here, he's not on his land, and maybe the huge gap between the frozen condition in Tahoe and the heat of the Greece can be a challenge for him. Peter Siska shows to Killian that he's at the same level, but Killian answers immediately with a brutal attack and gains the psychological upper hand over Siska. Robert Killian is easy on Olympus, while Siska is losing a few seconds. Behind, Ryan Atkins and Gregory Basilico are fighting for the third place. At the start line, women are ready to begin the race. We can see the favorites: Adela Varadkova, Elisa Petrova, Petra Gruber, Angelique Chetanou, Jezebel Kramer, Nicole Miracle, the champion in Tahoe, and Zenka Popova, the 24 hours endurance champion, all ready to go. Myriam Guillaume, who's used to stay behind at the beginning of races, is taking the lead after a few minutes only. We can see Nicole Miracle, the huge favorite of the weekend, taking advantage on the vertical net. In the river, which is also a kind of obstacle, Esther the Slovakian seems more at ease. On men's race, there is now a 30 seconds gap between the American and the Slovakian. On third place, Ryan Wood is getting closer. While Siska is catching up with Killian, Woods is coming back quickly on the two-man. After a long, fast running part, Woods, now first, shows his skills on Twister. Now back to woman race. There's Nicole Miracle still leading with 40 seconds on the second, Esther, and already 2 minutes on Myriam Guillaume. On bucket carry, Killian is still a few seconds behind Ryan Woods. The two leading athletes are entering the river again, where ancient Spartans were used to train thousands years before. The former European champion, Sergei Perelagin, is pushing hard to come back with Peter Siska just behind. After the end of the river, Peter Siska is coming first at spiral throw, an obstacle where we have seen many champions fail. Ryan Woods is the first to leave. Then Peter Siska, and finally Robert Killian, but Sergei Perelagin has failed.
For anybody that thinks they can't do this, it's not true. If you get out on this race course, you will see every size, every age, every physical ability. You will see it all. A lot of it comes to up here. We have people come from all over the world that have no legs, one arm, no arms, and they get it done. They do the same thing that I do. So if they can do it, everybody can do it.